Chairman of the SAMSA board, captains of the maritime industry, and our government institutions, all protocol observed. Thank you, Chair, for such beautiful opening remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sure that the marching orders that we have just received from the chair of the SAMSA board, which marching orders she had received from the minister, are quite clear and concise. I'm delighted to learn that, I'm sure you're delighted to learn that the government is committed to the cause whose work is essential for your fortunes as much as it is essential for the aspirations of making South Africa into a recognized maritime center. Colleagues, we've defined our International Maritime Center in respect of two elements. The one is the vibrant maritime economy that South Africa needs to have, and I think the chair has brilliantly and eloquently elaborated on that. On the other hand, it is that sector that is supported by a model maritime authority. Today, I'm not going to say much. Safe to say that in respect of those two elements, we have chosen a delivery model that the chair spoke about earlier. And that delivery model is via the partnerships that we shall employ to meet our objectives. And I'm glad to announce that in respect of those partnerships, we have out of you had beautiful partners that have achieved, that have helped us to achieve how far we have come now, whether it is in the ship registration, and I think some of the partners that you've had are on the program, whether it is in general employment creation, those partnerships have helped us deliver without breaking the SAMSA bank, which has no money, as the chair was explaining. And so I wish to thank each one of our partners who have helped us to meet our objectives. And it is those partnerships and additional partnerships that shall help us to meet the objectives that we have set out for ourselves. Now, that delivery model calls for us to dialogue so that as we approach the work that we have to do, we are of the same mind. And in that respect, the chair earlier was mentioning that we have set 3 round tables that will be led by the minister. One pertains to further growth of the ship register. I think we've managed to settle the model of a South African shipping company, a shipping company that is not going to add to the cost of business, that is going to uphold all the international protocols, that is going to provide the excellent service that the shippers require. We are of the view that as a country, if we worked together, we would be able to marshal both government and industry, ourselves into a path that will see the growth of the sector, of the shipping register, as the chair was mentioning earlier. That is the first part. The second roundtable that we've agreed on, again enabled by another one of our partners, is that of ensuring a more vibrant manufacturing sector via ship repair. And again, we shall be handling these announcements going forward to the particular audiences that we're dealing with in respect, as I'm saying, of ship repair and manufacturing. And that will comprise of all those stakeholders within the shipbuilding, ship repair, the port environment, and all the small industries. And the third one is that which seeks to see further growth on employment and maritime youth development. And that is in partnership with our provinces, our local authorities and regional municipalities. And we intend via that roundtable to bring together, again, the minister, his premier, the premiers for the various provinces, particularly those municipalities that have the ocean as part of their borders. So those are the three projects that we thought we would want to pursue going forward in this year. And as I was saying, we shall communicate on the detail of those in the year ahead. With regards to the internal SAMSA organization, I think the chair spoke again quite eloquently about the difficulties that are bedeviling SAMSA. She spoke about the need for us to adjust our tariff, which is being handled. She spoke to us about the need to stabilize the internal SAMSA environment. And central to that is what we call the SAMSA digital strategy. That as we have come to where we have, having learned what we have learned now during the COVID times, it would assist us to conduct as much business as we possibly can via the remote enabled systems. And so we've envisaged what we call a SAMSA digital strategy program. And that we are implementing starting from this year. It has the whole technology reviews, it has the quality management systems, and all the key enablers that you require for that environment. We envisage that to take the next 5 years, starting from the current year. We had 2 years ago, we undertook a maritime risk workshop, which told us just how exposed our coastline was. And we agreed that we would come back to you so that we unpack the way forward in terms of that workshop and its findings. And we are planning to do that to strengthen again the abilities of SAMSA to carry out its work. And we shall be having a follow-up workshop around about June, July of this year. We've received a whole lot of research. We've employed universities that gave us a lot more information so that we could have more information based on which to decide on the options that are open to us, whether it is on a remote operated aerial capability, the whole issue of satellite-based technologies, etc. So that is the work that SAMSA will be undertaking. Apart from that, we still are battling with the whole issue of skill. We're battling because the sector is just not creating enough jobs as we would love to. So we need to grow that employment. And I think that was the one instruction that came from the minister, which the chair was speaking to earlier. But as I'm saying, at an appropriate time to the specific constituents, we shall be communicating and reaching out for assistance by way of partnership. Other than that, today is the day where we must also receive feedback from yourselves. And I wish to thank the chair, and I'm sure you agree with me about the eloquence that she has provided the guidance. And ladies and gentlemen, she is like that. I speak to her every other day so that we can get up to speed into the SAMSA business. Thank you so much, Program Director.